Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how you can build the ice staff in the Black Ops 6 Zombies map, The Tomb. So this is just like the ice staff in Black Ops 2 Zombies Origins, and the build process is actually fairly simple. It just takes a second, and at first it's a little bit complicated, but after that it shouldn't be too bad. So here we go. First thing you're going to need to do when you boot up a game of The Tomb is you're going to need to open the doorway to nowhere. So this is done by coming over to the subterranean temple section of the map and interacting with this pedestal here, and it will open a gateway. And after doing so, at some point a shock mimic will spawn in. Now you can tell that this is happening because the edges of your screen will go super staticky. What you're going to need to do now is kill the shock mimic. Whenever it spawns, it will drop a monocle that you need to pick up. And this is the first part that you need in order to craft the ice staff. So from there, after you've picked up the monocle, you're going to need to break lanterns that are scattered around the map until a certain amount of symbols appear on a wall nearby. So the first location we have here is over in the tombs. There are these purple lanterns here, and you're going to need to break them until the lanterns move over to the correct location. So you're going to need to break it, and it's going to take a little bit to respawn, but once it respawns, it will spawn in a new location. And you're going to want the lantern to appear over here on the left side of the room, and it will appear in front of this mural on the wall. And you'll also know that you've done this right because there'll be symbols on the wall that will have lit up. And then from here, you're going to need to shoot these symbols in a specific order. So these are essentially just Roman numerals. You're going to need to start by shooting the one that only has one little hash mark next to it. So if you guys want, you can pause the video and see which ones I shoot in the following orders. But the first one I'm going to shoot is just this squiggly line, and then it will turn blue, and it turned green. The second one is just two of those same squiggly lines, one right on top of each other. I shot that one, and that one also turned green. And then from there, I will shoot three of them. And at first it turns blue, and then it turns green because it's correct. And then from there, I'm going to shoot this little one that has like a little dash mark and looks like a V. After that, I'm going to shoot the V looking one, so that would be 5. Then I'm going to look at the V and the I, that's 6. So from here, I shot the symbol with a V and 2 dashes, and that would be 7. And then the one remaining would be 8 because that is a V with 3 dashes on the side of it. So once you've done this correctly, a purple orb will fly out of the wall, and it will come over here and it will spawn in a bunch of creatures for you to kill. So you're going to need to kill all of these glowing zombies. It'll have parasites, it will have regular zombies, and there will also be vermin here. So you're just going to need to kill all of these that spawn in. And once you've done it correctly, it will move to a different location. Over here, a shock mimic spawned in, so you're going to need to kill that shock mimic and just kill all of the zombies that spawn in here that are purple. You can leave the regular looking zombies because that will advance around if you kill them, but then you're just going to need to kill all of the ones that are glowing purple. And once you've killed enough of them, once again the orb will move, and then once again it will spawn in more portals on the floor. Kill all the zombies, and this one spawned in a doppelgast. Kill the doppelgast as quickly as you can, and then kill all the rest of the purple zombies too. And then it should move over here into the entrance of the tombs. And from here, another shock mimic spawned in, more parasites, more vermin, and more regular zombies. Once again, you just have to survive and kill all of these zombies. It can be a little bit tricky, so what I'd recommend for this step is having Juggernog, having Speed Cola, and a weapon that's fairly upgraded. And once you've done so, once again, the orb will move, and it'll move right over in front of the mural, and it will spawn in more portals. This one spawned in. Once again, more enemies, just survive, take them out. You don't have to do this super fast, but just survive, take them out one at a time. And once you have killed all of the zombies, your screen will flash white, and all the zombies will disappear, and then the staff part will appear right in front of this wall along with the max ammo. So go ahead and pick both of those up, and from there you now have the second piece of the ice staff. Now you're going to need to go to the other side of the map, to the Neolithic catacombs, and you're going to need to do the same thing. You're going to need to break these lanterns that are hanging around the map. So you need to break them until it spawns into its correct location. You can tell that it's in its correct location because these symbols will appear on the wall over here, and then same thing, you're going to need to follow the right steps and shoot them in the right order. So you're going to need to shoot the one little squiggly line that represents 1, then you're going to need to shoot 2 of them, that represents 2, and then from there you're going to need to shoot 3 of them in a row, that's 3. From there, the little dash with the V, that's 4. After that, shoot the symbol that is a V, that would be 5. Then the V with the dash after it is 6. We have the V with 2 dashes after it is 7. You have a V with 3 dashes, that is 8. And then from here, you have 2 new symbols. You have one with a little dash and an X, that would be 9. And then you just have an X, which is 10. Now, some of these are kind of hard to see. Sometimes the texture doesn't load fully properly, so you might want to just give it a second and look at it for it to finally spawn in. But once again, once it does so, the orb will move, and it will spawn in more portals that zombies will emerge from. And just like the previous step, you're going to need to kill these zombies that are purple here. And once you've done so, the orb will move, and it will create more portals. portals, and once again, just kill the zombies that come out of those, rinse and repeat for this entire step until you're done. The second step spawned in a shock mimic, so kill it. Like I said before, you're going to want a weapon that's pretty good, so either Pack a Punch or it's upgraded in rarity. You're going to definitely want Juggernog, as well as probably some other perks like Speed Cola, maybe even Double Tap. Double Tap would be really good for this, but you're going to need enough firepower to take on all of these zombies. Like I said, you can take it slow, you can kill them just one at a time, because there's only a certain amount of these purple zombies that will spawn in, and once you've killed the right zombies, then the orb will move and it will spawn in another portal. On this third one, a Doppelgast spawned in, as well as some parasites and regular zombies. Kill them. Like I said, the regular zombies, none of them should be hard to kill. I would say what you should focus on first is the special zombies, like the Doppelgast, the shock mimics, all that kind of thing. Focus on those guys first. The regular zombies, those ones don't pose much of a threat. Just kill those after the fact, but focus on the special zombies when you do this step. And then once again, the orb will move right in front of the mural, and this time it will spawn in a bunch of special zombies. So this one spawned in 2 Doppelgast as well as the shock mimic. So just kill them as soon as possible, and then clean up all the rest of the regular zombies. And if you do it correctly, once again, your screen will flash white, and you will be able to go over to the mural, and next to this wall will be the final piece of the staff. This will be the headpiece as well as another max ammo. Pick it up and you're good to go. And from here, you're going to need to take the teleporter gateway, and you're going to need to go into the Dark Aether Nexus. And then from here, you're going to come up to this giant mound that's in the middle of the map. And where the circle is in the middle, you're going to come over and place the ice staff. And upon doing so, upon placing it in here, it will start almost kind of like a lockdown sequence where you need to defend the ice staff from all these zombies that spawn in. So there'll be a bunch of portals that'll spawn in. You can have a ton of parasites, a ton of regular zombies. You can have vermin too. And you're just going to need to kill all of these guys because they're going to come over and they're going to try to attack the staff, and you need to protect it. So there's a health meter here for the staff for this, but there's a ton of parasites. The parasites are probably the worst part just because they will shoot at you from distances far away and will deal some pretty good damage. So just make sure that you're clearing up all of these zombies. And I mean, honestly, what I recommend for this is probably even Aether Shroud. In my game, it got kind of hairy, so I popped an Aether Shroud just to deal with a lot of these guys, and it's been pretty intense here. So for this one, I'd recommend upgrading your weapon probably a little bit more before you even do this step, because here I am just on round 11 and it's getting super crazy. The ice staff is getting hit and there's just so many zombies above. So right here I end up popping my Aether Shroud and I can finally take out these zombies without worry. And during this step, the only zombies you really have to worry about are the ones that are purple, the ones that are glowing, because those are the ones that are actually going to go over and are going to attack the staff. All the regular zombies are just going after you as the player, so focus on the ones that are purple because those are the ones that are going to go over there. But if you've successfully done this step right, at the end of it, your screen will flash white, and then the staff will kind of be floating there, and then it will eventually come together and will turn yellow for you to pick up. And just like that, pow, you have unlocked the ice staff here on the tomb. So this is really cool. It plays just like the ice staff did back in Black Ops 2's Origins map. So you have a regular shot, you also have a charge shot, as well as you also have the revive beam that you can get by pressing left on the D-pad, and it will change over to that you can use to revive other players, or you actually use it for part of the Easter egg too. But there you go, that is the ice staff. Ice staff is pretty good. You definitely want to upgrade it from here, so I have another video on my channel showing you how you can actually do the upgrade for it, just like you did in Black Ops 2's Origins map. But yeah, there we go, that is the ice staff here in Black Ops 6 Zombies The Tomb. It is a really cool wonder weapon. I love the ice staff back in the day, and it's fun to have it back, and it behaves just like it once did, and it sounds exactly the same too. So really good to have this back, and it is a really strong wonder weapon in this map, and it is really good to use. So hope you guys found this video useful. If you guys did, give it a thumbs up and get subscribed for more Black Ops 6 Zombies videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.